An emergency rule is in effect in Wisconsin, lowering the state's lead poisoning threshold. The move comes after Governor Evers stated the state address in which he proclaimed 2025 Year of the Kid. The rule lowers Wisconsin's lead poisoning threshold to now align with CDC recommendations. This change will allow families access to state services such as those that identify sources of lead and medical follow-ups. Wisconsin's Department of Health Services tested more than 95,000 kids last year for lead. To learn more about how to get your child tested, we'll have information at northernnewsnow.com.